it's been pretty well established so far that Republicans do not care at all about hypocrisy. They just keep doing it and doing it and doing it. Another example of this is over the weekend, Representative Glenn Thompson, a Republican from Pennsylvania, who voted not to ensure same-sex marriage is protected from the ultra-conservative radical Supreme Court, attended a same-sex wedding for his son. Because, of course, the bill Democrats passed through the House was a relatively clean bill that would repeal DOMA, require the U.S. federal government to recognize the validity of same-sex marriages, and would include protections for interracial marriages. So this is just a way to codify parts of Obergefell to protect it from Republicans. Now, that passed the House 267 to 157 on July 19th. 47 Republicans voted yes, along with all the Democrats. And so, again, you had still the majority of the party saying, no, we don't care about gay rights at all. Now, Thompson was among the many who chose to vote no. Funny enough, as I reported during afterward the vote, Republican leadership didn't put any pressure on their members on how to vote. So normally you would have them, whip the votes, and again, both sides have to whip the votes. They have somebody called it a whip, literally. And they didn't have that on the Republican side. They said, go ahead and vote whatever you want. Go ahead and vote your conscience on this. Okay, because we don't really care one way or the other. Maybe it's because they plan on blocking it in the Senate. Actually, maybe that's incredibly likely. But nonetheless, go ahead and vote any way that you want. We don't really care. It doesn't really affect our donors. Okay? This guy, Thompson, says, okay, well, my conscience says no. And then I'm going to go to my son's gay wedding. When asked about his presence at the ceremony, a representative for the Pennsylvania Republicans said the congressman was, quote unquote, thrilled. Congressman and Ms. Thompson were thrilled to attend and celebrate their son's marriage on Friday night as he began this new chapter in his life. This is Madison Stone telling NBC via email. She said Thompson and his wife are very happy to have a new son-in-law. Well, isn't that wonderful? If you were so happy about it, then why not actually vote to try to protect it? Honestly, why don't you put your money where your mouth is? Why don't you say, no, I am proud. I am proud of my son, and I want to protect his marriage to the person that he loves. Thompson said, no, I'm not going to do that. Are you kidding me? Oh, actually take a stand? Oh, show a spine? No. I'm a Republican. I'm not going to do that. Oh, no. Because I don't really care. I don't really care about hypocrisy. Well, and here's the thing about this. It literally will cost him nothing to do. It's not the government paying to get everybody gay married or force people into them. There is nothing objectionable in that bill. Nothing. It just guarantees the freedom to marry who you want. Republicans, why do you hate freedom? For the 157 Republicans, why do you hate freedom? Why do you hate freedom? You'll never answer. Now, Stone, in an email, went after this, because he got caught, and called and this is the bill's name, Respect for Marriage Act. He called it a political stunt. Quote, this bill was nothing more than an election year messaging stunt for Democrats in Congress who have failed to address historic inflation and out-of-control prices at gas pumps and grocery stores. You know that the Democrats actually tried to put forward a bill to stop price gouging, right? And Republicans were not in favor of this. Well, really? All right, but anyway, look, Bill. Okay, so there's a lot of things that Republicans have done, but let's get to the messaging, right? I think that's the important part. how is this? If you voted in favor of this, then wouldn't you also, if the entire Republican Party voted in favor of freedom, would you not deprive the Democrats of the message that Republicans were anti-freedom? I mean, it seems like a no-brainer. Seems like a bit of a laid-up, right? You would protect marriage equality and nullify the Democrats' midterm messaging and say, look, we all voted in favor of codifying and protecting same-sex marriage, Obergefell. We believe in that. We believe in the freedom to be able to marry. And but no, they can't do that because guess what? That would make too much sense. We don't do that here. And look, as a party, they don't care about protecting marriage equality. They hate marriage equality. Justice Thomas, Ben Shapiro, Ted Cruz, many of others have so far voiced support for overturning Obergefell, bringing it back to the bad old days where people who were gay had to be forced into the closet. Now, Republicans are also liars when they say, oh, don't worry, we're not actually going to go after gay marriage. It's settled. It's settled. Oh, well, so was Roe. Roe was also settled. These liars on the court, they said the exact same thing. Don't worry, we're not going to go after Roe. We're not going to go after 50 years of precedent. We're not going to do that. We promise. We promise. No, again, they lied. They lied. That's what they do. They're serial liars. The Republican Party is being controlled by extremists, evangelical Christian fundamentalists. They hate gay people. They hate trans people. They don't like the separation of church and state. Neither does the court. And if you think that you're going to stop with Roe, I got news for you. They won't. So sooner or later, this guy's son's marriage, the Republicans are coming after it. Now, either Thompson is so ignorant about his own party, or maybe he just loves the tax cuts, I don't know, or thinks, I'm powerful. I'm a Republican congressman. They're not going to come for my family. Sure, we're going to be fine, but I don't give a damn about you. Well, I think that is probably the most likely scenario because, again, hypocrisy is just Republican 101.